Okay, so here we have Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. Surprisingly enough, we don't have a high rating on Zion Williamson, but the one thing that you can do is really run a lot of screen and rolls with him, and then get the other team to switch off onto Zion Williamson. Now, the downfall to Zion Williamson is he really cannot score too well when he's pressured next to the rim. However, if you can get him in a perfect screen and roll, you will allow him to dunk the ball quite often, because he does have the vertical and the jumping ability even in this game to be able to do that. Another thing that he's really great at doing is getting defensive and offensive rebounds. Now, there we go. This is what I mean. Every single time you have a screen and roll option, or an option to run one, you really need to with Zion. So here we are going back down onto the offensive side. We're going to set a screen and roll over on this side with Zion. Now we're going towards the middle of the court, and sometimes what that does for us is really opens up the middle. But they were able to fight through that, so we'll try it one more time. They switched off, and that's what we really wanted to do. Now, what I did make a mistake with that time was not doing this, where I can get an actual pass right to Zion. So now what we're going to do is another screen and roll with Zion. We're going to have him fade, and that's going to now open up that whole right side, usually. Doesn't always work like that. Now, Lonzo Ball is a really great player to run the screen and roll with. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get Zion Williams to set up a screen. There we go. He's going to fight through. And now we're going to try and get the pass to him. That just did not work. We're going to try and set it up again. He's not setting up screens. Let's go, man. Set up that screen. There we go. And he faded. We got that switch. And now he's going to be posting up a much smaller man. But still cannot beat that smaller man. There we go. There we go. Come on, man. You cannot be missing like that. That's the one thing that NBA 2K has wrong about Zion, is his finishing ability around the rim. Because his in real life, he's able to finish a ton around the basket. So if you are just starting off and you haven't got any plays set up in your playbook just yet, one of the things that you can do is run a motion offense, and of course you'll be running it with Zion. Now, we're going to be having a motion offense, a screen away for Lonzo Ball. Now, from there, we could have shot that ball, but what I like to do off of this is a quick screen over here. We're going to get into that triangle option. We're going to set the screen and roll with that triangle look, and we're going to have now a mismatch down in the low post with Zion. And we're going to dunk it over top of James Harden. That is one of the greatest move or plays that you can run without really having to set up any kind of play in your playbook. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to show you a couple of different plays that you can run in your playbook that really emphasizes how great Zion Williamson really is. But first, really quickly, we're going to run one more play, and that's a floppy action. So what we're going to have is Zion setting a double screen away, and then off of that screen, he's going to go down into the low post. And I'm trying to get it down there, and I should really just do this. And now we're going to go and finish, and he should be easily able to finish that, but this game is, that's the one thing I've got beef with this game, is some of the stats and some of the players, they just don't add up to what happens in real life. So what we're going to do is set up a quick isolation. Now we're going to have Zion on that right side. We're going to be setting up the screen and roll towards the middle of the court. That's going to allow us to isolate Zion Williamson down in that low post, and he's going to be able to finish. This is one of those moves or plays that you're able to run quite consistently. Now, I should let you know that out of the few games that I've played with Zion Williamson, you can quite literally run the screen and roll consistently for a whole half, and they will consistently not guard it properly. Now in 2KU, they tend to be guarding it pretty well properly. But in an actual game, they don't. And that's just one of those things that you can get away with in a game. Now, of course, online it may be a bit different. I have ran Zion Williamson a couple of times online, and you can get away with a lot of screen and rolls with Zion Williamson online, but it really comes down to who you are playing against. So to set up plays for Zion Williamson, what you're going to need to do is go to Substitutions, Offensive Settings, and you're going to go down to Play Selection. We're going to go and delete and remove every single one of these plays because I don't really like any of them that's just a personal thing. And what we're going to go down to is this first one, which is Cut Blade 4. I really like that one. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign that play to Zion Williamson. Now, next play selection, what we're going to do is a play called Fist 21 Cross. And what we're going to hope for is Zion Williamson to cut towards the rim or a player to pop out on that one. Next play, what we're going to have is Fist 21 Nash. Now, remembering, this play was used a lot back many years ago with a team that had a really good power forward. And of course, we're going to be assigning both of those plays to Zion Williamson. Now, the next play that's really good is Fist 25 5 out down. So we're going to be running that play and again adding it to Zion Williamson. Next play that works really good is Fist 15 loop. And we're going to be again assigning that one to Zion Williamson. Those, in my opinion, are the 5 plays that work really well if you're trying to score with Zion. So let's get back to the gameplay. Cut Blade 4, dribble over towards that spot. And now we're going to be heading over towards this left side. Now what I want to do is make sure that we are keeping a track of where Zion is. And I really want to get Zion that ball right underneath the basket just like that. Okay, so we're going to be running Fist 21 Cross. We're going to pass over to Holiday. Now, we're going to pass over to Ball. We're going to pass back to Holiday. Now, pass back to Ball. And we're going to be now passing back up top to Holiday. Now, we're going to be setting up that screen with Zion, and he's going to go in for the basket. Hopefully he makes the shot in game. So now, in the third play that we set up, we're going to go and run Fist 21 Nash. This is a really fantastic play. We're going to pass over to Ingram. We're going to have a double screen, and we're going to pass over to Williamson, and that's just a beautiful play. He is an absolute amazing player in 2K when he's rolling towards the basket. So this next play is Fist 25 5 out. We're going to be having Ball dribble over towards this side, and now he's going to be having Ingram get that ball. It's going to be a screen by Zion, and we're going to pass over to Zion. Now he's going to drive towards the rim, and he's going to go in for that basket. He should be able to make that at least 75 to 80% of the time. Now this next play is Fist 15 loop. So we're going to have a double screen up top. It's a horns play. We're going to have a pass over to Holiday. We're going to pass back up to Ball and have Zion set that screen, and he's going to go in for that massive dunk. So setting up a screen and roll with Zion once more, going towards the middle of the court, and this is a great play to run. I just wish that NBA 2K, this is my beef with NBA 2K right now, and that's when Zion gets that ball driving towards the rim. Unlike in a real game, like this should be an easy basket all the time. That should be 100% every single time. If not 100%, it should be like 99%. Zion is an amazing player, and they should really be upping those stats. So you can have Zion Williamson out on the perimeter, and you can have a screen and roll. Now, I don't want to go center to center, So I'm going to not use that screen. We're going to head over here and have somebody else smaller do that screen. Now we're going to have a mismatch, and now we're going to be able to drive towards the basket and score a lot of the time. Again, I wish NBA 2K would have given him better stats when driving towards the basket, because in real life, he hits a lot of those shots. We're going to try and run this one more time, a nice screen and roll with a smaller player, hopefully, smaller than him. Nope, I don't want to have him. I want somebody else. Give me ball. No, not you. Go away. Now, of course, in 2KU, you can really screw around a lot and get whoever you want to set you up with a screen, but there we go.